guys, this is Daily Wish here. Thank you so much for coming back on my channel and I hope you guys are doing awesome. So in today's video, I am going to tell you a very simple and the most easiest method to shift your state of consciousness from lack to a desired reality. And it is a combination of two things. One is a revision and the other one is your inner conversation. Now, why I'm taking this topic? Because there are so many people who are trying everything and yet they are not going to the basics. Now, Neville has mentioned about this particular technique in many of his lectures, and he has even written it down many times in several of his books. But honestly speaking, not many of us are practicing this in our day-to-day life. So yes, today's video is going to be quite awesome. So please watch this video until the very end, and you'll be surprised to know how incredibly easy it is to just live in your imagination, or that what we call as living in your end. So without creating much more suspense, let's get the video started. Let's get started with the most easy and incredibly effective technique taught by none other than the Neville Goddard. So let me ask you a question. Who is that one person you have the maximum conversation with? Is it your parents, maybe your sibling, or maybe your best friend? The answer is no. That one person is you. You talk to yourself all the time. You have inner talks with yourself about anything and everything. Maybe about an event, or maybe about someone, or maybe about yourself. But oh my God, our mind has always something to say to us. Am I right? Now, it is not only limiting to a current episode or anything which has happened to you in a recent days. If you actually notice, we have these imaginary conversations in our head all the time. We even have imaginary conversations from the past. Maybe it's about an old argument with a friend you are not able to forget, or the things you thought you could have said at the time to an XYZ person. Right now, at this moment, you are thinking about that conversation. Am I right? And what are you doing? You are just repeating the whole disturbing conversation from the past, word by word, dialogue by dialogue, and getting frustrated about it. And not just that, you are fantasizing about what could you have said, or even about confronting someone, and many other similar examples. Now, the worst part is we do this all the time, each day, every day, 24/7. Now, here is the most important point everyone forgets, which is to keep a control and tab on these internal conversations, because this also contributes to your healthy mental diet, right? As it said, everything comes from within. So even when we are imagining these mental conversations, in a way we are creating something, right? So how do we control these imaginary talks? Or let me give you a very simple and straightforward example. Say you are not well prepared for your exam and you have a fear that you might fail. Now, instead of letting your mind control you and letting it tell you that you aren't prepared and you haven't done anything, come on dude, you have not been studying at all from last so many months, you are definitely going to fail. So let's not kid ourselves, all right? Now, instead of having this, imagine a conversation with your friends congratulating you on passing the same exam with flying colors. Instead of playing that old cassette and old record of breakup conversation with your SP in your head, imagine having a wonderful lunch together, or something else, and hearing yourself giggling and laughing on a joke your SP might have cracked, and imagine telling your SP how wonderful and your beautiful life is, and in return your SP telling you how happy he or she is to be with you. Instead of repeating that old complaints from your boss in your head, imagine how happy he is while telling you that he is extremely happy with your performance and want to reward you with more money in the form of bonus or promotion. Now, how does it feel? Don't you feel nice just by listening to me? Forget about imagining. Don't you feel nice already? And why just wait for a specific incident? Talk about your day-to-day life. So instead of waiting to go home and vent out all your frustration on your SP about how awful your day was, how bad you felt all day long, imagine a nice, peaceful, happy and exciting conversation about today with your partner. Imagine telling him or her that right now, just in this moment, right now, everything is just absolutely perfect. Everything is just so amazing in your life, and how you want to opt for maybe a bigger car or maybe a bigger dream house, whatever your desire is. Just imagine having that exciting conversation with your partner. How about that? Are you feeling all right? Are you feeling already happy? Are you smiling listening to this? Right? Now, why am I telling you to do this? The reason is because these moments of internal conversation are extremely powerful, as they evoke a very strong feeling in us. And as Neville has said, feeling is the secret, because when we take control of our inner conversation and keep on revising them repeatedly, what we are doing, we are so much involved with them that we are totally submerged in our inner world and discarding the outer world 100%. And voila, this is exactly what you should be doing while manifesting, right? Which is living in your imagination and ignoring the 3D. And if you think about the whole process, isn't it extremely easy to change your consciousness from lack to the desired reality? The more you are practicing it, the more you are gaining confidence, and the more you are training the muscle of your mind about what you want to see, about what you want to experience, the more it is going to create the same thing in your reality. And just once, when you command this technique, you can manifest anything in no time, right? Isn't it exciting? All right. So let's take an example. Think of going on a road trip. Now, you know how to drive a car, you know where to go, as in what is your destination, or in terms of manifestation, what is your desired reality, right? But the better the car is, the more oil the engines are, the more speed petrol you have, the more you know how to maintain your car, the better your road trip is going to be. Because who knows at what point you'll get a punctured tire or something else is broken in your car, right? Hence, you need to know two main things. Number one, how to maintain it, which is having a strict mental diet in terms of manifestation. And number two is, if God forbid something goes wrong, God forbid, let's say if you get triggered by your 3D, you know how to fix it. How you can fix it? By doing imaginary conversation, revision of the old with the new desired outcome, etc., etc. Okay, so you have to maintain and control your mind in order to have controlled and better reality. And it's not gonna happen overnight, let me be honest, or in a day, because I see so many comments saying I have been doing this or that technique, but it didn't happen for me yet. Why? I don't know what to do next, etc., etc. So I'd say, when you go to a gym, giving you another analogy here, and you have to say lift 100 kgs of weight on the very first day of your gym. Okay, now is it possible for you to do it right on your first day? Even if you see so many people in the same gym lifting the same amount of weight, but is it possible for you? No, right? Why? The reason is because your body, your mind, your muscles are not used to it. The best part is you can gradually build yourself up to lifting 100 kgs or even more, and it is okay for you then. Why? Because now you are training your muscles, you are training your body and your mind for it. And after some time, the same thing, which seems to be, quite impossible at one point, is now very easy for you to execute, right? So for the next time, whenever you face a difficult situation, or maybe a stressful meeting with your boss or an argument with your partner, immediately stop, immediately take a break of 5 minutes, right? And imagine your partner is telling you how lucky he or she is to have you in his or her life. Or imagine your colleagues telling you how much your boss praises your hard work. And if you do that, it works like magic. So use this technique. It is an extremely powerful tool to change your day-to-day life. It is a combination of your inner conversation and revision technique. And since we have a mental conversation all the time, why not have the happy ones and make it count, right? So always remember, first you create everything internally and believe it's done, and right now start living in it. Okay, as and Neville Goddard has also said, you already are what you want to be, and your refusal to believe that is the only reason you don't see it. So at last, just to remind you, imagine it, believe in it, and live in the end of it. That's it. On this happy note, I hope you liked today's video. In case if you did, please do not forget to give it a big fat thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I come up with lots and lots of concepts based on Neville Goddard's teaching, which is law of assumption, and I'll be meeting you with something interesting in the next video. Until then, please do take care of yourself and happy manifesting.